So welcome. Today is Wednesday, April 12th. And yesterday I try to do these live videos because I see something in the news or I see something on my Twitter feed or it's something that comes to me I want to check. It looks at what's current or what's moving along. There's a lot happening right now, so this is one of, I'm going to line them up and do some more, plus check the news. I do read a lot of legal cases, legal motions, read lawyer opinions. This one triggered, though, I have to say, this is triggered by something I read where there was a Twitter comment that said the DOJ doesn't even know who the pipe bomber, who put the pipe bombs the night of January 5th, before January 6th, who put them at the DNC and RNC. And then somebody commented, yes, we do. So there's been speculation due to watching a particular person's movements and their shoes possibly. I don't want to name names, but I wanted to look at the connection. We can see a connection between the bomber and the U.S. House of Representatives of one or more people. And for our worry dolls today, I'm going to throw in a male and female. And I've got a second cube, it's almost cube-like, to see if we can look at another organization or a cube similar to this one and see what happens with that. So here we get going. Put in a couple cubes. Few cubes, I put in 4. We want to look at, was the one who planted the bomb or planned for the bomb or was supposed to somehow detonate the bomb, did it have a relationship to anyone in the House of Representatives? So this is live, so I don't take any time to study. So I have to bear with me if this takes a little bit of time. I'll start here with the worry dolls in mineral and this next to the mineral stone. There's a female worry doll and a male worry doll, and this outside is current, and this is story. Purpose, story, gift, and both surrendered. And here's the reading stone with the side, detailed side up, and there's the ashe coming off of this. I call it the candlelight ashe. There's like a light being shined on this. It could be either their source of inspiration for this. Well, the source of inspiration is the gold here, connection to power. But the question was whether this is connected to the House of Representatives. Sorry for the pause. This could be one that I studied for a while, and I may have to do a quickie and come back and give a summary later. But the Firestone is right here in water. It's almost touching earth. This is lack of clarity, focus, or clear vision. But it's very close to coming home. So it's something we can't see, but we're going to see very soon. And then from there, I would look into the fire, and we have, this is the element of fire. I would look into fire. We have the seeing eye here, shell here, straight shot into home. And I forgot to take out this little piece of wood. That's met an indictment. I think that they have an indictment that's ready, and it will speak about this story. Because the microphone's here, it will, this is the mountain here. I mean, it's a triangle, but it can represent the mountain. This has represented Trump in other readings. The purpose of January 6th was, everyone knows, was basically to keep Trump in power. But this is tied to, I think this is another way of saying it too. This is what I was looking at when I was studying this. What was the goal of the bombs? And this isn't from this reading, although maybe I can tie it in. There's two possibilities of the two pipe bombs. One possibility is they were put in these locations, and it was to create a distraction because when the Metro Police and Capitol Police were notified that there was bombs, two bombs, and they went to check on it. First they were notified about the one at the RNC, near the RNC, and the next they found one at the DNC. And these, and it distracted away from the what was happening at the Capitol. It took away resources. The problem with that, if it's just that theory, is that the FBI, DOJ reports that the pipe bombs were live, that they could be activated. And there's things I didn't know, but I've been studying it today. The pipe bomb was literally a pipe, and it was connected to an egg timer. And one was by the garbage can, not far from the RNC. That was found by a woman that was doing laundry and reported it. The other was found out by a bench close to the DNC. They weren't in any bag. They were literally pipe bomb with a timer sitting out. No bags, no cover. You could see them. So, and they were, from all known reports, they were found unexpectedly, and they, at a time that was about before 1 o'clock, and Harris was in the DNC building, and she was removed before 1:12. So right around this time is when Trump finished his talk at the eclipse, like a quarter after, right in that time frame. And this is the story of him, that he was trying to get his drivers to take him directly to the Capitol. So one possibility is to cause a distraction, but I'm tending towards the other possibility in terms of just rationality, I haven't looked here, is that the purpose was Trump was going to go to the Capitol, and all the militia people have disclosed they were looking for Trump to declare, some would say martial law, or something under the Insurrection Act, that he would do something that would put everything on hold and take over the special powers or some type of an emergency powers under the U.S. government. To do that, he needed an event, a big event. Now, maybe that was creating more violence than there was at the Capitol, or the president being threatened, or trying to hang the VP, I'm not sure, or a congressperson being eliminated in some way. I don't know. But certainly bombs going off, it could be at both DNC and RNC, it could be seen or portrayed as an attack on the United States, not just on the DNC. So I tend more lean towards that, but I couldn't find how the pipe bomb was supposed to be detonated. An egg timer, it would seem, it goes for so long. It didn't have a cell phone on it. I don't know if the timer, so I don't know if it had, there's reports that when the woman found it, the one near the RNC, it was set at 20 minutes, but it wasn't moving. So maybe there was something inside, or maybe there was a time that it needed to be detonated in order to trigger this emergency event whereby Trump would have to declare, take special powers and delay Biden going into office. So I thought then, and when I did cards on this, I think that there's a second person. So there's one person that planted the bomb the two bombs the night before. The FBI released videos on this. You can see a hooded person with special sports shoes, taking one there and one out. There's at different times, there's been a reward. The last one was the reward on this was up to $500,000. So, but I will say, and we don't know, this is kept very tight, very close, and they could still up rewards even if they know who it is to get further information of where the bomber was on their route or what else they saw. So here we go forward. That's my take of why the bomb was there. It was basically to keep Trump in power. So when I look right here, and I see the mermaid here. Here's the triangle, the mermaid, the cube. I would see this is related to Trump. This was a female person. And this could be related to per my question, the House of Representatives. This is a flag here. Like this is representing the U.S. government, and the sun is here. So the people that were backing the insurrection, the big cry was 1776. And it's seen as a way, the movement wrapped itself basically in the American flag, and they see themselves as patriots. So I think this is a yes. And then the sun is here, but the little sun is here. But there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, an ally. All these crystal laches. The other snake stone here with there's a lot of information on this. And this cup will be offered. We don't yet see it yet. Anyway, the sun hasn't come home, but there's a lot of backing here, and also on the groups that brought this about. And the llama is right here with the face covered. The llama in some other readings I didn't publish has represented Kevin as the leader. I don't think he is involved, but he's been pulled in his desire to be speaker. He's been pulled in to basically almost give certain people a great deal of prominence and control of the house. So over here is the key. There's the braided ring. There's the angel. Another hummingbird, which is messages. Another microphone. The owl. A key that unlocks something from a group. This is the group receiving. And the magnet is here. This is drawing things from the deep water, being able to pull the, but it doesn't really show. Oh, it might be from, we have 2 5s, 5 here, 5 here, platform of power, nature stone. This could be, and the wedeme often means the so-called wild ones. Here's the turtle here with it could be the protective shell. And this is the cube again, right next to the 5, still in the deep water. Platform of power, the energy behind something. My guess would be the 5 is repeated twice, which there's 9 and basically 10 sides to this, and we have 5 twice. That could basically be the answer, that there are 5 persons in the House of Representatives that are in some way tied to this. And this is the circus tent. This could be the event. I see that like the ellipse, the big event. There was knowledge of the ellipse. There was knowledge of Trump coming to speak basically at the House, bringing it home. He had charged everybody up, got their hearts and minds going, called them all together to go to the ellipse. Go from the ellipse to the Capitol. I don't know that we know who this guy is. If it is a guy. The blue water stone is here, the earth stone is here, both on each side of the subspace portal that points right here at the elephant ring, which means the GOP, and on its side it has represented to me the portal into January 6th. Essentially it failed. It failed because they needed, in order to go to, there wasn't a violent event to justify the next step. And Pence, they all continued until early in the morning, the Senate and the House, with Pence and Nancy and McConnell agreeing to, once they started up again, they finally got the nomination through in the early morning of the 7th. So this leads almost a pathway from here. So the efforts by this, what was going with here, flows around here. And this was a direct attempt to bring this about. And tell a different story of home, which would have been home here. All right, so I'll wrap this up. I know there's been a lot of pauses in this, but this is fascinating to me. I do have this other theory, just my theory, not shown in cards or really tested, is that there might have been other people that portray themselves as I did the right thing before January 6th, I left the government, or I tried to do the right thing. My other theory is that if the so-called insurrection or Trump staying in office had worked, they would have gone along with it. Because my next theory is that it wasn't going to work even if they tried this, even if they had the bomb, and even if they had all the rest, because they didn't have enough of they hadn't deconstructed the military or enough of the intelligence community, that there was a significant portion of institutional strength still there. So even if they had been successful, even if Trump would, they would have made it really miserable, awful, etc., etc. And maybe militia occupied the Capitol, etc., etc. But I think there were those that knew that it wouldn't hold even if you took it to those stages. But those that knew it wouldn't hold and then tried to so-called do the right thing, I'm not sure if they jumped ship early or didn't participate in this, because if they thought it would be successful, they might have, but because it wouldn't work, they didn't want to be pulled down with it. Just a theory, and I haven't read on this. So, no comments on who these people might be. We do know the key cast of wild characters in the house. I do think that we will know, and that there's a story about them, and the DOJ knows exactly who it is. This could mean that there's been an offer to one of them. In cards, I almost got that the helper person may have started talking, did a deal. So I think we're going to know, and I hope it will be soon. And it's going to still be, I think, a lot to take in when things come out. And as I think I said in an earlier video, some of the lawyers have said it's almost like we're going to have indictment season. And when I did cards on this, it showed flowers. So it's going to be in the spring, you have the first flowers that come up, you get the daffodils, then you get the later seasons, and we get different flowers coming up through the fall. Or maybe it's a whole meadow that comes up with flowers all at once. But whatever the seeds are, they're going to start poking up, and I think we will start to get answers on things which we've been waiting for a long time. And thank you.